Hello everyone, welcome back to Blood Omen 2. It's been a long time since we played this game, but we're back. I believe we're on chapter 2 now, so we're still in the lower part of the city, the slums. And it's been a long time since I played this, so I forgot what we have to do next. What did Uma tell us to do? Okay, so this needs some glyph energy to open up. Yep, just jumping for no reason. Let's grab that lore. Like I mentioned last time, it's funny how these treasure chests are just laying around, considering how anti-vampire the Sarafan Lord is, that he lets these things in their city. You'd think he would have destroyed them by now. So we had a major announcement since the last time we played this. Legacy of Kain Defiance was announced remastered for the PS5 and PS4. It's set to come out, I believe, on March 1st. It's only a couple weeks away.
Cut your ears off.
It's funny how they scream. It's like, dude, he was gonna kill you. You'd think you'd be thankful for it. You'd think they would have been more grateful that we stopped this scumbag. But I guess they're still more afraid of a vampire than the human criminals in the city. I've heard people complain that blood-sucking motion takes too long. It definitely does take a lot in the later enemies. When you really have a lot of blood you can drain. It's done a lot more quickly in Defiance. Because even in Blood Omen it was never that lengthy. I've heard people say it looks like Kain is sucking Kool-Aid from the body. Alright, there we go.
Leave me alone.
Whatever. Oh. Oh damn, our meter's not full. We can't do anything. Oh, she's frozen. I thought she was dead. Yeah, I don't think we can activate it, right, since the meter's not full. It also does suck how you need to, no pun intended, drain pretty much every single enemy you come across. You know, his blood meter deteriorates way too quickly, considering he's supposed to be an elder vampire by this point. You know, he's not super old, but he's also not young either. I know they say he's been asleep for 200 years in a week, but still, his blood drains way too rapidly. So anyway, they announced the remaster of those. I'm definitely getting that. And they also announced a new game, even though it's a platformer, but a win's a win, right? We haven't had a new LOK game in what, like, when was Defiance? Like 2007, something like that, 2005. So it's been a while. It's been like literally 21 years. So I'll take it. A win's a win. See, look at how his blood is draining way too quickly. And apparently I didn't even know that some people are pissed about one of the main characters, because it takes place before Soul Reaver. So that's when Raziel still had his wings and all that stuff. He was still somewhat human-like. It takes place then. And I didn't know, apparently one of the characters in it is an original character that was created in a comic that was released a while back, that apparently people hated. I did not know it was such a big deal that people are protesting her being in the game. Like, personally, I'm just glad to get any game, because it's funny how people say, it's funny how some people say, oh, if you accept that, then you can accept any old crap that they'll throw at you. And And it's like, dude, there hasn't been a new game for this series 20 and you know 21 years. Like, give it a rest. You know, we'll take anything at this point as long as it's decent. You know, and who knows? Like I said, the development team has different writers, so maybe they'll make it better. You know, I mean that's happened before with other adaptations. Like maybe not comic books, but I remember the Wolverine game on PS3 and Xbox 360 was based off the movie, and obviously the movie's crap. But the actual Wolverine game itself is pretty decent, both story-wise and gameplay-wise. So like, they improved it a lot. So if they improved it for that, why can't they improve this? You know, I'm just glad to be getting anything, especially a 2D platformer Metroidvania, which we've never really seen in this series. So it's definitely something new. Maybe if it does successfully, we'll get a more traditional games. You know, you gotta start somewhere. They're not just gonna build you a fully 3D game right off the bat. You know, they're not gonna go for an expansive open world God of War style 3D game with no build up. You know, you gotta start somewhere. Yeah, that weapon is crap. The dagger. And the blood drain, like I said, drains way too quickly. This game looked so cool when they first announced the trailer for it, way back in the Soul Reaver 2 days, and it's shocking to see how janky it turned out. It looks so cool. But every game probably looks cool in the trailer, right? When I first played this, since I was a kid, I remember thinking, oh, how amazing it was that these new guys did a much better Legacy of Kain game than the ones in Soul Reaver 2 who are more experienced. And you look at stuff like that and you think back, how could I have been so naive? Like, I cringe at ever having thought that this game was in any way better than Soul Reaver 2, you know? Oh, how could they create a much better game than the more experienced developers who did Soul Reaver 2, who actually had experience with the series? And no, this game is definitely could have used from it definitely could have benefited from a more experienced touch. Like, it's amazing the type of stupid stuff you believe as a child or a kid or even a pre-teenager about movies and games and books. Because this game is definitely not the equal of Soul Reaver 2 by far. This game is not even fit to lick Raziel's crusty ass hoofed boots in Soul Reaver 2. He's got those two large claws instead of feet. This game isn't even fit. It isn't even fit to lick Raziel's foot claws. That's how bad it is in some parts. The one highlight of this game is actually way later in the game, and you'll see it when we get to it. It's around like chapter 7 or so. The Eternal Prison. That is literally the highlight of the game, and pretty much the only reason to play this game. That section rocks. I don't know, like, if they had put more stuff like that in this game, then the regular stuff, this game would have been awesome. Would have been janky, but it would have been awesome. It's the fact that they didn't that kind of brings it down. You know, that area has flair and real effort put into it, and this one, the rest of it is all just kind of generic. You know, that area resembles something you might see out of the original Blood Omen 1 for sure. Where the hell do we go now? Because we opened up the door. We should probably leave some of the bodies there so we could have some to draw the blood from later on. You know, so that we don't run out of blood. Yeah, so just fill one and then leave the other just in case we need it. The funny thing is, there was a pretty good YouTube user, I don't know if he's still around, called Judas, I believe, who cataloged like all the CG cutscenes from the games and stuff like that, and edited them like into little movies and stuff. He did good work, but the funny thing is, he hated the Eternal Prison. He said it was the one area of the game that didn't fit, like it was the worst area of the game, and I just could not understand that, because it was the only, looking back on it, it was the only area of the game that actually showed real creativity. So I don't know why the hell he had a problem with it when that was actually the one area that was worthy of being included in Legacy of Kain, because that area ruled. It's awesome. The Eternal Prison. Listen, bitch, get out of my way. Oh, did a backflip. Don't you run away from me. Ah, whatever. Whatever, let her go. It's not worth it. We're Kain, we got better stuff to do. We're the future Emperor of Nosgoth. We don't got time to be chasing around some ninja wench in a tavern or something. We got better stuff to do. We could have used the blood though, but oh, here we go, got some lore. I was afraid that door was gonna close behind me, the gate. And then we'd just be stuck on the other side. Okay, we gotta get some energy for that. I think that restores your weapon, the little treasure chest in there. It stops it from being broken. Oh, she's still here. That last part is difficult to get. Good thing we needed the blood. It's also funny how the enemies have more blood as you advance. Like that would make any difference. Like a Sarafan Knight has much more blood than a regular like tavern ninja or whatever. It's like what, you know, a regular thief, and it's like why would that even be a thing? Like they're both humans, like shouldn't they have the same exact amount of blood? Like why would some knight, just because he's armored and has greater skill, have more blood than an actual regular tavern thief? That makes no sense at all. Alright, come on, open up this. It's funny, if the glyph rites weren't so malevolent and evil, this would actually be a pretty good source of energy. The only downside is it being, you know, deadly to vampires, but as far as powering a city, it's pretty interesting to realize, you know, this, how close Nosgoth came to you know, true advancement and becoming like this oh, she's back. Yeah, becoming like a true modern city, like a Victorian era city before Kain kind of fucked it up again. Because yeah, they built some stuff, but then they also you can see the technology is not as advanced here. I mean, it's not as advanced as Soul Reaver as it is here. So the glyph rites, I'm not gonna divulge their identity, but had they not been so obsessed with being vengeful against the vampires and the humans, they actually could have built a pretty decent city here with this power source. So it kind of sucks that they're just doing it all so they could wipe out everyone later on. That's kind of lame. The fact that they had the means to create, you know, higher technology and make people's lives better, and instead they choose it to once again wage war against the vampires. How disappointing. I thought we could use the oh yeah, we can. I was pressing the wrong button. Listen, jackass. Not so tough now, are you? Okay, like I said, let's leave one in case we need him later. I wonder if it was a conscious choice on Kain's part, like since this technology was basically created by their enemies, maybe he kind of viewed it as being, you know, traitorous to use. Like the whole big boss thing and why Snake never used CQC, the excuse he gave was that since Big Boss was a traitor to his country, it never felt right using his techniques. And I suppose I could explain it. You know, since this technology is pretty much developed by the vampire's enemies, maybe they didn't feel right using it. Or they thought it was beneath them, pretty much, you know? That guy has a huge forehead, look at that. Yeah, I can see them being condescending about it. Or thinking themselves superior. Well, we don't need the damn technology. You firing an arrow at me, woman? Listen. Damn, that came close to killing him. Look at that big ass rat too. Does it bother you when characters spin like that in video games without stepping, you know, without using their foot to step aside? Like right now you can see him taking a step backwards, but then spinning, you just do it automatically. Does that bother you? I know they do that a lot in Code Veronica. In Code Veronica you can spin clear like a top. And it just looks goofy seeing her spinning around in her mom jeans there. Or like, would you rather they actually take realistic steps when they're doing that? Spinning in a circle? Oh, here we go. Do some stealth kills. Damn. That aspect of it looked cool in the trailers too. Like I said, the stealth. The game looked really good in the trailer, and it's just a shame that it turned out so janky. Like even that aspect right there, like I said, the blood sucking. He should not have to drain humans every few minutes, you know, to survive. Blood Omen was not like that. I get that they wanted to, you know, oh, keep you on your toes and make it so that you had to engage every single enemy in combat. But it's just, nah, Defiance does it better. There's a trophy for breaking weapons, so I think we're gonna stick with the dagger for now until it breaks. That's actually the one downside of using the Soul Reaver, using the special code that you put in. The cheat code is that the Soul Reaver does not break, obviously, so you're stuck with that weapon for the whole game. So if you want to switch it up and do something more interesting, you can't. You're pretty much stuck with the Soul Reaver. Okay, there's a tavern. Maybe we should drain this guy. The game is also very linear too. Oh yeah, because every time you drain an enemy, that little purple meter goes up too. And you get more lore. And more health, so we might as well. Yeah, I liked when they first made the presentation of the trailer. I liked that you were exploring the city extensively, you know, and not just seeing a couple of rooms like you do in Soul Reaver. You're exploring this whole giant ass city, but like I said, in practice it turned out to be a lot more janky than I expected, than anyone expected. I wonder what that painting is right there. Who is that? Okay, let's go up top.
Sir, a moment of your time.
You know me?
I was instructed to look for you, yes, sir. I am a friend to the Cabal, sir. One of many in the city. I am here to assist you.
Then do so by all means.
The smuggler's tunnel you seek is hidden in a cavern underground. The thieves enter by way of the church outside, but there is no entrance there for any but themselves. You, sir, must go beyond the church and find a lift. This will take you underground.
Where precisely is this lift?
In a collapsed section of the district beyond the church. The church, remember, sir, is forbidden to all but the thieves. The guards there will attack you should they but lay eyes on you.
I will be most careful.
Help! Somebody help me, please! Guards! Call the Sarafan!
Oh, here we go. These bastards. Right, that's our cue to leave. Get this scumbag out of here. Why is he screaming when he saw that guy charging at us to attack us? Like you'd think he'd have been grateful to eliminate that guy. You can see there, hey, look at how we can block it. They can't get to us now. You can see there, one big downside of the telekinesis here, the TK, is that you cannot move. Oh damn, she killed that guy. Oh, she was gonna kill him. Here you go. Kick her in the crotch. Ooh. Thought he was gonna kick her, he stabbed her. In the ass. Kane's a brutal man. He's not quite yet refined Kane from Soul Reaper. Back off, fool. You're not threatening us. We only kill people with swords and knives and daggers and clubs. Not harmless peasants. Alright, so there went the Sarafan. We actually could have gone back and killed those guards, but we'll see plenty of Sarafan later on. We don't need to kill those two fools. We'll get them eventually. There's the church.
You don't belong around here.
Now here's a game that this game would really benefit from a God of War style remake, definitely. Another remake in the old God of War games. This game would actually benefit from a remake itself. Like they'd have to change almost everything about it, but this game would definitely benefit from a God of War overhaul. Because this is one game in the series that, maybe besides Defiance, that could really benefit from introducing that explicit combat system. You know, just copy it outright. You know, make it feel really epic and adventure-like. Like Kane is having to undertake this massive, you know, undertaking this massive journey in order to conquer Nosgoth. You can tell they know it too, because they did not remaster this one. They remastered the first Soul Reaper 2, and now Defiance, and then they put Blood Omen. They put Blood Omen 1 on PSN, because obviously they can't do much with that one. That's an old PS1 style game. That needs a whole full-blown remake. From the top down, you know, from the bottom up. Has to be a ground up remake, but this one they did not touch it at all. They just ported it onto the PSN store, so you can tell they know they have kind of a stinker on their hands. Like, it's not a terrible game, it's just bad, especially compared to Defiance. You know, compared to Defiance and Soul Reaper 2 and all that stuff, it's just not great, and I think they know it. They don't know what to do with it. Like, I'd be up for a full-blown remake, but I don't know how many other people would, you know. I don't know what anyone else thinks. I'd be up for it, but I know it would be a huge undertaking, and I'm not sure it would be financially successful. You know, people might not care to experience or re-experience another version of Blood Omen 2. Might be one of those things that we just have to let it go. And just, you know, agree the game was bad and just move on from there, because there's no fixing it. Especially now with Crystal Dynamic in the shape that it is. Ooh, let's kill this Sarafan guy. You cannot stand directly in front of them, they will see you. Obviously, because you know, of course you're gonna see an outline of a man. A faint outline of a man in front of you, and this is a genre savvy population. They know signs of a vampire when they see one, so you cannot stand in front of the enemies, they will see you. But you can come around them from the sides or the back. You know, hit it from the back. That's the way to do it. And there goes our fog. Also, do not step in the fire. That will hurt you. Yeah, let's ambush this guy. Sarafan scumbag. You're gonna pay for what you did to Janos 900 years ago. Yeah, because he died 500 years before Blood Omen. And then this is 400 years after Blood Omen. So yeah, it's been 9 centuries since they massacred Janos. And even though all those guys are dead, thanks to Raziel, we're still gonna take it out on you guys. You're all Sarafan, so you're all gonna be destroyed. You gotta kill every single last one of them. Like, we can spare some of the thieves if they're too tedious to deal with. We gotta kill the Sarafan Lord's little goons here. Every last one of them. Ah, there's the opening that he mentioned. Let's suck this guy too, since he's already dead. It won't make any difference. Is there anything over here? When they first showed the trailers, the Eternal Prison was definitely one of the areas that caught my interest. I was wondering where the hell was that, and it's actually located somewhere outside of proper time and space in Nosgoth. It's just it's almost like its own little separate dimension in the series. We never visit it again, and it's never mentioned again. Kind of like the Lost City from Blood Omen 1, but very fascinating place, that's for sure. And look at the disappearing glyph rights. They can teleport too, although they can't fight you in that guise. You need to wait for something else to happen before you can engage them in combat. Okay, are we through with chapter 2 or? Oh, there's a traitorous vampire. You can tell with his claws and his little ponytail. One thing I gotta wonder about here with this game, like, do the vampires that betrayed Cain, do they know exactly what the Sarafan Lord is and what he's plotting, or do they just not care as long as they let them live? Because if they knew what they really were, I'm not sure they would help them even then. I don't think they quite grasp or understand the horror of what they're actually dealing with. Maybe they're just too stupid to care. All they care about is just staying alive, so maybe that's why. What's in here? Oh, some lore. Nice. So dark gifts, we have 2 so far. We have Berserk and we have Mist. Mist is obviously we can just use it anytime, but Berserk it's kind of like a little combo you can do on the enemies. It's not all that useful, but it looks nice and flashy. I should probably pull it out when we're close by next time. Look at how stupid this guy is. You're dealing with a vampire and you know they can use mist to their advantage. Come on, fool. Look at this fool. We just bypass that. Bypass his dumb ass. No wonder the Sarafan have this city by the balls. They're just its citizens are completely stupid. Was that the same guy who locked us out? It was. Here you go, jackass.
Please, don't hurt me.
You helped the Sarafan scumbag. If you just opened the door, we would have let you live. But no, you had to pull that trick and laugh at us like, oh, he's never gonna get through now. Yeah, fuck you. You're dead. Now you're feeding the elder god below Nosgoth's streets. That was another thing. I was disappointed the elder god did not show up here, but I know that Soul Reaper stings more than Blood Omens. You know, that's Raziel's dealing with him. But I was still disappointed that he did not show up here. Okay, you had these two smart asses. So let's see. Oh yeah, I think you gotta charge it to blow them up. There are some cool little details here and there in the game, like blowing some of these guys up. There you go. Damn! Burned them to a crisp. Look at that, they look like they're encased in acid. They just got steamed. Steamed hams, Nosgoth style. Steamed gams. And now it's free food. It's even baked for Cain. Close this one just so nobody follows us, even though they don't really do that in this game, but logically Cain would do it just to close it. I think your blood does deteriorate slightly slower once you expand the meter, the more you fill it out, but it's still annoying. Also, one thing here about this game does kind of suffer from similar flaws Blood Omen 1 in that some of the places are really bland. You know, some of the locations are not creatively inspired at all. They're pretty bland. We'll leave that guy be for now, in case we need to come back to him for some free blood. What else is over here? Okay, so which path do we go? Do we go down over here, or? Oh, there's nothing over here. Yeah, there ain't shit down here. When are we gonna fight Faustus? That's the first vampire we saw. I don't remember when we actually fight him. Okay, so we got a ladder there. Guess we gotta climb. It would have been nice if they would have at least fixed up the jankiness for this release. You can tell it's the frame rate is unsteady and there's a whole bunch of stuff that's kind of buggy. It would have been nice if they at least polished it up a little bit before putting it on PSN. But like I said, this game is the black sheep of the series, so what are they gonna do? You know, you can only expect so much from them. They're not gonna bother to do much with this game. Seeing how unpopular it is, not a lot of people actually like this one. God damn, that was stupid. Damn it, King, get the shit. Gotta go back and gotta get back and get our corpse. Oh damn, we can't. Can we? No, it's locked. Damn, we actually can't go back and kill him. Trying to see if we can save. How do we save in this game? That's not the official save, but there we go. Let's just save, just in case. Just in case this fool actually manages to kill us. Come on, really? Oh, come on, that's stupid. We're gonna reload. We're going to reload because that does not count. You like how he turns into ashes, even though based on what we learn later in the series, that shouldn't be physically possible. It should not be possible for him to die like that in that particular manner, and yet he does. So obviously it's for gameplay purposes, but
What have you done?
The air down here is terrible.
No, get away from me.
oh yeah, we don't have a weapon. How long do you think it took him to grow the 2 claws that all vampires grow? Or the 3 claws rather. That resemble the ancient ones. How long do you think it took them? How long do you think it took Cain to grow those claws? Maybe a few more centuries? 100 years more? 200 years? He also could have benefited from a quick turn or something like that. Damn, look at that, right through the armor. Got a sword.
Stay back.
Damn, he fell. Too bad for him. Jackass. Right in the backside. Damn, look at it, right in the backside. Just giving it to him. Giving it to him right from the back. Give it to him from the back. That's how a true vampire does it. Just ask Dracula. I'm sure that's how he does it with his many, many brides. Give it to him right from the back. Yo, that's probably how Vorador does it with his 7 wives. How many did he have in Blood Omen? Like 6? 7? I know that guy's got a ton of brides. Malik refers to them in that game. So he's got a hell of a lot of women in that castle in that swamp castle hideout of his. Vorador enjoys his women, that's for sure. He doesn't even care about them that much. Like even Cain said, they were like beast and thrall of him, which is a very dehumanizing way to refer to them. But Cain was rather crude and uncivilized in his human-like form. When he's a fledgling vampire, he's not at all the sophisticated, suave guy Raziel is. Cain's very crude and brutal. I do like how the little skull symbol shows up around them, showing you when it's perfect to do a stealth kill. That way you don't waste it. Or you don't do it too soon. Because that is some of the things in some stealth games I've noticed where you can do stealth kills, but the thing is getting the timing down is difficult, and you end up either doing them too soon or too late. Especially in like the Evil Within, they were really difficult to do there. You could do instant kills, but a lot of times you just screwed it up. And there were certain enemies that they didn't tell you couldn't do them against the big guys, so you would try to do a stealth kill and they would just completely turn around and kill you in one blow, and you ended up paying for it. So it's nice to see them nicely done here. They're not too bothersome. They're kind of cool. Not as cool as stealth is in Metal Gear Solid with stuff like that, but it's still decent. Come on, jackass, get your bald ass up and off the ground. Really? Oh, there you go, he's dead. Yeah, precious blood. Kane loses a lot of blood here with attacks too. That's one thing also that bothers me. The fact that one little attack can easily cost you like half your life bar. It's just very excessive. Let's turn that off so we can climb. Yeah, it's just very poorly thought out. You're too fragile considering you're once a legendary vampire. You know, he should be somewhat more durable. Because if he was that fragile, how did he stay alive for so long? Unconscious for literally over 200 years. So they made him a bit too fragile here. It's just he should have had more durability. Like I know he's been unconscious for a long time, but he's a vampire. He's not made out of tissue paper. He should be more durable. Alright, here we go downstairs. Float on down softly. This area looks like that pit you fall in Bloodborne. When you're jumping from the top of the cathedral. And you have the wooden platforms and you have to engage it very carefully or else you just fall down and kill yourself. That's what it looks like, that little area from Bloodborne. Which is doomed now, since now that Sony shut down Blue Point Studios for no reason whatsoever. It was ultra stupid. But now that they did that, they also shut down the fan Bloodborne remake. So they're really intent on not giving you, the fans, what most of you want, and instead they want to give you crap ass half shit live service games. Thanks a lot, Sony. That's really what we need, more live service games instead of the games people actually want. It's Faustus, I believe. Or is it Sebastian? No, Sebastian's the speedy one.
Well, our Lord was correct. You are alive. Do you remember me, King, who served you so well?
It was Faustus, one of the legionnaires of my army of vampires, an indifferent soldier, but now a traitor to our race. Faustus, it's true then. I hardly believed it. Vampires have turned against their own kind.
What is our kind? In serving the Sarafan, I have protection, I have power. And who better to hunt down a vampire than a more powerful vampire? History is written by the winners, Kane. That is my kind.
How many of us have been destroyed by the Sarafan? How many have been brought to their deaths by you?
I care not for those destined to die. I don't weep for them, and I won't weep for you.
Look around you, Faustus. Does your victory seem so assured now?
A fleeting setback. Our Lord knows of your presence. He beat you before, and he will bury you now.
But you will never know how it ends, Faustus. For I will bury you first of all.
He looks like he has boobs. Faustus. What is it? The sword is about to break. Let's say so. We don't have to restart this whole battle all over again. Because I would not have been so careless if I knew we had to fight him so soon. We used up a lot of blood. Also, it doesn't seem like the PS5 controls are responding. We might have to turn on the we might have to turn on the auto block. As much as I don't want to, because it seems like we get the first two down, but then when we press the other one, it doesn't respond. So I wonder if that's the control or if that's the game. I never played this with the regular block, just the auto block, so I'm not really sure if it's one or the other. God damn, come on. Doing kung fu? Vampire fu? Alright, there we go. Why is this meter not going down? Okay, now it's going down. It's not much of a battle. You basically just have to hop off to the side whenever he's going to attack.
I have a surprise for you, Cain.
Yeah, these boss battles are janky as fuck. Especially the one against Magnus later on. They are not good. He can't see me. Basically got to fry him. Make sure you follow the mist. You'd think he would have known better to stand on that furnace over and over again, but I guess he's just that stupid. Where is he now? Oh, it's over there.
Slow fool.
Yeah, some epic boss fight, huh? You could tell these are very rookie developers. I don't even know what project they were working on before they did Blood Omen 2. Alright, do we actually get to kill him ourselves, or do we just light him on fire again? Come on. Really? Doing a fucking kung fu kick? Oh, he's running along the ceiling. Damn, what an idiot. It's so dark, it's hard to see him. Trying to see where he is and I can't see him. There he is. You can kind of see his legs, basically. Hey, we got an extra hit on him. I think 2 more does it. Then we can absorb him. Absorb his veins, as Uma calls it. Which is as completely stupid and never shows up again in the series, and it's never referenced anywhere again. And it's obvious they were just trying to do the whole Raziel absorbing the soul thing from Soul Reaver 1. They just didn't know how to do it properly. And it just makes no sense for an actual vampire. You know, Cain is not a wraith. He should not be able to do that, so... Yeah, they could have found some different way of having him regain some of his power, you know. Maybe finding special locations like it did in Blood Omen that would accelerate his healing quicker, you know. Or maybe just robbing them of their knowledge, you know, just reading their minds and robbing them of their spells and stuff like that. They could have found some other way to do it. Instead of doing this janky ass thing where he looks like he's kind of absorbing their souls or something. And he's not Raziel, he's a vampire. He should not be able to actually do that, so... Like, what does absorbing their veins even mean? It's just a lot of nonsense that they put in this game that you see nowhere else in the series at all. You never see it mentioned again, as it wasn't referenced before or after ever again. Creatures of the Night. Yeah, he's done. Looks like a freaking circus mime or something, or acrobat just falling up there from the ground. So goofy looking. If this was the level of Lieutenant Cain had before, no wonder he lost. Raziel and the other ones were huge improvements. These guys suck. They're ass. They're vampire ass. See, look at that. This is supposed to be simulating Raziel, like absorbing their souls and all that stuff. Like, what even is this? It's never explained in the game or the series. Like, what is he even doing there? Like, it's just a bunch of gobbledygook they cooked up for this game, because the writers working on it weren't one of them worked on Defiance, Carol Wolf, I believe, but she was assisting Amy Hennig, the true mastermind of the series. Here it was her and some other guy, and yeah, they did not do a good job of explaining exactly what's happening in some of these scenes. But we got our blood back and we defeated our first boss, so there you go. 54 minutes in, and I'm probably gonna call it a night after this, because this game's you can't really play this game for too long. It just reminds you of how janky and incomplete and rough it is compared to like the Soul Reaver games or Defiance. Like, even with its camera that everybody complains about, the problematic camera, Defiance is still far better than this effort right here. That's an actual respectable effort for the series. This is I don't know what the hell this is, what you can classify this as. Alright, so now hold L2 and select jump, press circle to target, press circle to activate again. So this is we use to jump over pits like this. We actually have to select it from the jump button over here. And Cain can do that epic ass jump, like the Matrix. You can also use jump to target enemies from a distance. Are there any enemies we can actually kill using the jump? Because I don't see any at all. Are there any fools we can kill using jump? I do not see any around. I guess they're just letting you know because there ain't shit over here. Yeah, there's no one over here, so I guess we move on to the next save point. Do we go through the tunnel or can we go in the building? Let's see. Nope, we cannot. You can see the ones you can go into because they're glowing. I mean, they're shaded in gray. You can see them kind of flashing. That tells you you can go over there and open them up, and not here. So yeah, there's no enemy, so there's no one to target. So we might as well just head along the sewer pipe to our next destination. Chapter 3, the lower city. In darkness we gather. It's funny how the chapters all have these fancy ass titles, but despite the fancy titles, they're all just very janky work.
Well done, Cain. You have already proven your ingenuity in negotiating the smuggler's den. Perhaps our leader was right about you after all.
Ah, yes, the mysterious leader. Perhaps you will tell me now who he is.
I will not name him to you, for secrecy's sake. But it is time that you two meet. You must go to Sanctuary, our headquarters. There you will find our leader.
Why can't she just take him with him? With her?
What do you take me for? Your errand boy?
You are not a general now, Cain. You are not in a position to demand. Go to Sanctuary and await me there. My orders are to investigate the industrial quarter in the north of the city. I will join you at Sanctuary and bring anything I discover.
Alright, you do that, Uma. Uma Furman. Why is she wearing a bikini out in the open? What possible advantage does that
Need answers, girl. I want the Sarafan
hold it,
Lord.
you know?
So do we all, Cain. But the time must be ripe, and you must be ready.
Do not make the mistake of underestimating me.
I don't. You are our last hope. I will not let you be wasted by premature action.
Where then is this sanctuary?
Nearby is the Red Raven pub. Speak with the tapster. She will tell you what to do.
Why did I obey her? Why did I trust her even for a moment? I had gone my own way, always. But this time...
I was impressed by you today, Cain. Soon, we will work together again and rid this plague from our land.
Like I was saying, what possible advantage does that hold for her having a freaking bikini out in the open? You also like how they changed the Nosgoth script. Instead of it being the letters from Blood Omen now, it's just stylized English letters, Municipal Bank. Yeah, not too sure about that one. Okay, we're gonna play for a bit more, just a couple more minutes, and then we're gonna save. Is there anything else we can discover here? We had the two Sarafan soldiers there. Hold L2 and select jump to target. Alright, here we go. Ah. Okay, so we have to jump over there, but I want to see if we can jump over here first. Let's see, can we target these fools? No, we can't. That sucks. Okay, so let's do it from long distance. I think it turned red for a moment. Let's see. Ah, damn, we're out of range. Alright, let's target this fool. There you go. Yo, kick him in the ass. There you go. Now these are the lower guards. They're kind of the weaker ones. We'll get stronger as we see the Glyph Knights later on. They're no Sarafan, that's for sure. The real Sarafan was actually much more troublesome for Raziel. And even King in a couple occasions. These guys kind of blow. But I guess they're the best. I guess they're the best that Sarafan Lord could get at the time in Noskov. Not exactly crying for pickings. Damn, that sucked. I didn't realize that there was a barrier there. Okay, that's... Yeah, we gotta get rid of that guy. Come here, jackass. Really? Look at that news. It's just stylized English letters. Old English. What is this poster? Doesn't look like someone was naked from behind, a really fat man. Like his ass was showing out. You can't really tell the detail. I'm guessing he's wearing pale clothing, but and what language is this? Is this French? Auberge du Rotoir. What the hell is in there? Can we go in there? Oh, there's some lore. Where does he have flames coming out of his hands when he does that? What else do we have? Grocer and Sons Co. I'm guessing that's a grocery store. Okay, this is where we came from, so we can't go that way. He can't phase through the bars yet like he does in Defiance. And like he did in Mist form in Blood Omen 1. We don't quite have that capability just yet, so we have to just jump over here. Alright. There we go. God damn, that is exactly the wrong freaking gift. Yeah, let's go a little further, because I wanted to do one chapter per video, but then it's gonna be like 12 videos, and that's a bit long for a Legacy of Kain game. So I think we might have to start spacing them out and doing like a chapter and a half per video. That way it doesn't get all stretched out, because I do not want to have 12 freaking videos of Blood Omen 2 in my library. That's just way too much. Oh, look at that. If you look closer, you can see who the leader is. Got Foe, the Avon. What does that say? Beer Deluxe. But, yeah, if you can see closely, who else has bad ears and is a vampire? Anyone we've seen before in Blood Omen 1? You can see there who the leader is. It's kind of funny how they give us, a little hint of it, a little... What would you even call that? Like, not foreboding, you know, when they show you a hint of something that's gonna happen. Not a warning, but, foreshadowing. They're giving you a bit of foreshadowing as to who the leader actually is, because what is the only other vampire we've seen that actually has bat ears in the series? And there you go. There's your answer for who the leader is. So it could have been someone different. It could have been one of his apprentices or something. But we can tell right there who it is. So it's funny that I never figured it out when I was a kid first. I didn't look at the posters that closely, so I didn't realize who we were looking for until I saw it. And then, oh boy, is it an ugly sight. It's not what I would expect at all. Like much of this game, it's kind of disappointing.
That's right, tell him, Annie.
Who the leader turns out to be.
That's the truth.
Got bonds?
Don't come out this minute. Curse him. Curse them all.
Original?
You said this time you would come straight home.
Peace, woman. They won't buy from me if I won't drink with them.
What's the use? If you drink up the money, you make sell it to them.
It isn't my fault. It's the cursed Sarafan taxes.
So, they've
Listen
raised
to
the
Kane
tax
just
on
listening to
drinking,
gossip.
have they?
I do like how you can see and hear the civilians arguing amongst themselves. It makes the city feel a little bit more lived in. That you can actually do that. Let's change over here because I want to ambush this guy. Oh, stop your crying, woman. God damn. We're not targeting you, we're targeting him. Oh, we missed. There you go. Damn Sarafan scumbag. Weren't you the guys just complaining about the Sarafan taxes a moment ago? Well, here you go. I killed your tax collector. There you go. You no longer need to worry about paying him. He's dead. So, thank me for my service. Look at that. Dartboards. Wooden dartboards. Would the darts actually stick to those, or would they have to make like extra hard darts for them not to break when they hit the board?
What can I get you?
Information. I was sent here by Uma. You have a message for me.
I only know what they told me.
And just who are they?
I don't know, I promise. It was dark. I couldn't tell where the voice was coming from. It was as if the night itself spoke to me. It told me to give you the message. Seek the vendor near the warehouse, for he has news for you.
Is that all of it?
No, if you tell that fool Duncan you work for Duckett's Traders, he'll let you through the gate to the workers' area.
Alright. Thank you for your information, lady. Look at that. Looks like they got some movies or plays going on. Gaffelt. Got some beer ads. Look at that, recruitment ads for the Sarafan Lord. Making him look all golden and angelic, or like a statue, when that is not the Sarafan Lord. Okay, she said tell him to that you work for Duckett's Trader. I'm guessing, where do you have to go? Because the barrier's standing between us and that area right there. So where do we have to go then? This game could really use a map function despite being so limited. You know, even though it's linear, it could really use a map function. Just a tiny little map in the corner to let you know where you're going. Oh yeah, this guy.
Then tell me, who do you work for?
I work for Duckett's Traders. Now, let me through.
Alright, he didn't give us any lip, so we're not gonna harm him. He's just doing his job. Back off, scumbag. Yeah, we can't kill that guy. He's just doing his job. He wasn't taunting us like the other guy. The one who tried to close up the gate before in the foggy area. That guy deserved it. This guy's just doing his job. But there's another dude nearby who we will kill. It's the guy who asked for the password. Because he's also a stupid ass man, so we can definitely kill him. You'll see what I mean once we get to him. Alright, we got 2 Sarafan. Wonder if we can target him from all the way up here. Let's see. Nope. The little circle there does not work, so confirmed it does not work from a long distance. We can hop over there. Activate that switch. Where's the energy going? Yeah, where did it go? Oh, there it is. I think he's too far away. Oh no, we got him. Damn, he completely dodged it. What is he doing? He's just standing there. Come on. What the hell? Oh, come on. Hold on a minute, hold on a minute, the connection kinda went scrambled on the TV. I don't know what the hell happened. Might be the cord or something. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I think we're back. It figures it would be this game. This game gave me problems on the PS2. It gave me problems on the Xbox, and it's giving me problems now. It would be this game, wouldn't it? I think there's something about it that causes the connection to your TV to just become unstable, because that's happened before in both of those versions. So I think it's just the game itself. I don't know why. For some reason, it's just this game has always been problematic, and I don't know why. Is he talking?
I must get to the keep.
Not this way. The subway is closed.
I must bring this purse to the Chancellor, or he will take my house.
It's no use crying to me about it.
I beg you, let me through.
I'll run you through if you don't go your way. Now move on.
Draining an old woman? Well, here you go. Here's your reward, you jackass. Damn, they got a subway and everything. God damn, Nosgov was really advanced during this time for their standards. Yeah. There you go. There's your reward for being a jerk. Yeah, if you hop around to the side, they can't get you pretty much. They can't turn quickly enough to counter your attack. It's probably easier just to hit them from the side than to try to block their attacks. Because blocking is a bit dodgy in this one. It's a bit suspect, but if you just hop to the side, you can easily ambush them from the side. And nothing they can do. That says stables. That's another thing too. We never actually see horses in the other Legacy of Kain games, right? Like they must have them, because this is all medieval and knights and stuff. So there must be horses around, but we never actually see them. But I guess that alludes to them. So at least there's one piece of evidence proving that horses exist in the Legacy of Kain universe, or the Legacy of Kain world, rather. There's the glyph rites. Looks like a turtle wearing a monk's outfit. Oh, and he kind of like deteriorated there before he teleported. Like you could see the skeleton underneath. Okay, so these are glyph batteries, and we just gotta move them over here and replace the old one. You can see they store them over here. Those are containers for the glyph energy. I know that bothers people. Why does Kain howl like a baboon in this one whenever he confronts an enemy? I know that bothers the hell out of some folks back when I first played this game, and it probably still does. So nothing really complicated, just you know, just take the old battery and stick it over there. The new one. The only thing is, it would help if Kain could actually move a battery in multiple directions, rather than just one. That would help a lot. I know they did it to intentionally make the game harder, quote unquote, but it just makes it more tedious. How the hell can Kain only move in one direction and Raziel can move, you know, giant ass blocks and boulders in multiple directions? That makes no sense. At least let you move it from like a distance or something, you know? We get a gift like later on that lets us do that, but only with switches. You can't really move the boxes still, so it's kind of crap the way you can only move them one direction or another. Let's pull the switch. Speaking of Uma wandering around in a bikini, I was playing Persona 3 Portable earlier, because that lets you do that there. You can stick
You need the password to enter.
You can stick inappropriate outfits on your party members in there. Have Junpei running around in a bathing suit and Tartarus, or the female characters too, Mitsuru and Yukari. I don't do that, but you do have the option. You can give the maids outfits too, and butler outfits. I like the portable version of that game. It's not ideal, and it's probably the worst of the three compared to FES and Reload, but I like the female protagonist. And I pretty much have her sleep with everyone, up to and including Elizabeth, because when you only have like 8 months or so to live, you might as well live hard. That's my motto for that game, you know. Once you start replaying it, whether it's Reload or something else, once you start replaying it knowing in advance what's going to happen in that game, you kind of take a different view on it. Like, why shouldn't you do this or that, you know? Why shouldn't you date everyone? This is the guy I think that we killed, the guy with the password. So yeah, I have her go through Shinji, Elizabeth, and then finally Akihiko. Because why not, you know? If we're gonna die regardless, we might as well go out with a bang, literally. Why do they all look the same too? The baldies here, the thugs we kill. Why are they all bald? Why are they all shirtless? And why do they all have the same tattoo? Like, are they part of a cult or something, or like a gang? Is this like a Nosgoth's major criminal gang? The bald guys with tattoos? So yeah, that game is fun. I'm almost near completing it because I want to finish that and then finish Reload, and then finally move on to finishing damn, is he kicking him? Finally move on to finishing Final Fantasy VII Remake, so then we can play Rebirth, because that game is going to take easily 100 hours, so that's why I haven't bought Metaphor just yet, because I won't have any time to actually play it. Then we have Resident Evil 9 in a couple weeks. We have Defiance for this. Then we have possibly Control 2 or Control Resident in July or June, so a lot of time and not a lot of hours to spend on multiple games. You know, it's gonna take a lot of time to get just past 1 or 2 of those games, never mind 5 or 6. Look at that, they even have newspapers too. Nosgoth was banging here back in this era before Cain destroyed it. Like, that's the thing, even though Cain is the rightful ruler of Nosgoth, at the same time you can kind of feel like the presence of what he destroyed, because this city was actually looking pretty decent for the time, and then all this technology just goes away by the time of the Vampire Soul Reaper era.
Where's Joseph got to?
In here, he signed on as a guard.
With his rheumatism, can he lift a sword?
I didn't try him. He signed on to guard a trade caravan. Gave him a week's wages in advance, they did.
Against the bandit attacks? He won't see home again.
But his Marjorie will get passage to her sisters. It was all he could do for her, now that he lost his shop.
Brave man.
Alright, so I hope Joseph isn't one of the guys we killed at some point, because that sucks to be him. What's in here? There's some lore. Nope, just an empty room and some pictures of a woman and a guy in a wig from like the 17th century. Nice. Who's that famous composer with the wig? Not Mozart, the other one. Apothecary. That used to be the old-fashioned word for pharmacy. Look at that, we got mail drop. They got a mail service and everything. So yeah, Nosgoth was pretty developed here, and Cain just destroyed all of this. If it weren't for the fact that the humans are scumbags, you'd almost feel sorry for them. Almost. But they are scumbags, so you can't feel too bad for them. You know, they did bring this Sarafan stuff willingly on themselves, so you can't feel too bad.
Good evening, my friend.
Can I help you, sir?
Uma sent me. We are to have words, you and I.
Ah, you're one of them, aren't you?
Whatever do you mean?
He makes it sound
Never
so
mind.
negative.
You're looking for sanctuary, then?
Correct.
It's hidden under the Blue Lady shop in the eastern part of the district. The guards have blocked most of the streets tonight, so it won't be easy getting there. The rooftops, back alleys, and even the sewers are friends to those that wish to avoid attention. However, those that inhabit them may not be friends to you. The first thing you'll have to do is to get past the gate man down that alley. Give him the password Evernight. He'll let you through.
My thanks.
That newspaper says victory. I wonder what they were celebrating. Oh, look at that gossip icon. Are they making a play on gossip? Okay, we'll spare that one Sarafan just because we don't really need to kill him. So we'll let him be. He can tell his homies all about the horror of finding his Sarafan brethren dead all across the street. We'll let him live. Because he's not charging at us, so there's no need to confront him. Where's the guy with the password? Kill a cat? What the hell? Where's that cat?
Password?
Evernight.
Hold on.
This is why we killed this guy, because how stupid do you have to be? Some pale, mysterious man comes up to you, doesn't know the password, goes away. He comes back 30 minutes later. Now he does know the password and you just let him in. Like, this fool is too stupid to live. So you know what? Sorry. He's just way too dumb to live. Like, did it not occur to you that he just went over there somewhere, killed someone, and then stole the password from them? You know, or killed them after getting the password? or somebody gave it to him so he can intentionally bypass your security. Like, does that not occur to you? So yeah, that guy was too stupid to live. Okay, so we love to we love to help these guys, but unfortunately there's no way to help them except just kill them. So we can't actually unshackle them. So, and who knows how long they've been here. I suppose we could just leave them, but it's not like Cain to pass up free food. So, oh damn, we can't kill them, can we? Oh yeah, we can. There you go. Now you're free. Free to her. Oh, she's slumped over with her legs kind of uncrossed. You're free to be octopus food in the afterlife, if you get my meaning. There's the help me kind sir from Blood Omen 1. They actually reused that phrase one more time in Defiance. It's a little nod to the original game, but it's used much better there than over here. Here it's kind of pitiful. Yeah, Cain's not gonna pass out free food, and like I said, there's no way to actually unshackle them from there, so might as well just kill them. Because the Sarafan are just gonna let them starve in there, so there's no bathroom in there, so it's hell just being strapped up to that wall, so you might as well just kill them. Okay, so I'd say we're probably, what, like halfway through? Damn it, I keep pressing options instead of the center button. Let's see, how far are we into chapter 3? Oh, 25%, so we're a quarter of the way into chapter 3. Okay, so we still got a long way to go. But I think I'm gonna stop here for now. There's a nice treasure chest there with lore waiting for us there. We'll do that next time. Yeah, I can only take this game in short spurts. Like, this is, like I said, this is by far the worst of the Legacy of Kain games by far. Like, if it weren't for the fact that Blood Omen 1 is literally like 70 hours long, I'd rather play that than this one, but this one's more modern, quote unquote. You know, it originated on the PS2 rather than the PS1, and so it's you know, it's easier to play in some respects. It looks better, way better, but it is janky as hell, and you can tell that the developers here, 1, they were rushed, 2, they were young, and 3, they did not know what the hell they were doing. Then the combination of all these 3 factors just resulted in this absolute mess of a game. Like I said, if I could choose one game to remake completely from scratch, the temptation would be there strongly to have it be Soul Reaver 1, but I'd actually choose this one instead, because Soul Reaver 1 is pretty fine as it is. The only thing you'd really need to do there is just restore some of the content, like your extra forges and areas and stuff like that, but that wouldn't be too much work. You know, like maybe give us, if you can, like if you want to, give us an alternate side scenario where we complete the original story that they intended for Soul Reaver 1 before they changed it. So it wouldn't be too much work, but this one, absolutely from top to bottom, remake this whole thing from scratch and have it be more epic, more impactful, and more, you know, overall competent, because this is an absolute mess of a game, not just in Legacy of Kain terms, but just in PS2 terms, period. This is not good. It's not terrible, but it's not good either. It's definitely not one of the PS2's shining moments, you know, and definitely not one of Legacy of Kain's shining moments either. Soul Reaver 2 would be another good remake candidate. You know, they could add back some of the stuff they cut out, like the Spirit Forge and the Water Forge and all those interesting areas, and a couple of the story details here and there, the rooftops of Ustenheim. They could add in all sorts of stuff, but if I had to pick just one to completely remake from scratch, from top to bottom, and have it be like a new game, it would be this one by far, because this one had, in some ways, had the most potential out of the earlier titles, and then, you know, before Defiance, and in some ways it ended up being the worst. So this could definitely use with some brushing up, like change all of it, change the way the enemies are presented in the end, like the true enemies, you know what I mean, once we get to that stage, which change them and how they're presented, change the enemies, their AI, make it stronger, make it smarter, change Cain and how he gains his powers, like just change almost everything about the story except the setting. Like, that's it. Keep it in Meridian and later on the Eternal Prison, but just change almost every single other thing about the game. Change all of it, because like I said, this game really had a lot of raw potential going for it. It looked so awesome when we first saw the couple trailers for the first time, especially the one they included on Soul Reaver 2 on the disc. And the special features, it looked so cool, and then it ended up being so lame in some respects. So I would definitely be up for a remake of this if anybody ever wanted to do it. They probably won't, because like I said, I don't think the financial incentive is there. I don't think it would sell very well, even in today's age where nostalgia is a big seller and retro games are a big seller. Even today, I don't think it would sell very well, but I think this is probably the one game besides Blood Omen 1 that could benefit from a remake the most. You know, Blood Omen 1, you would remake it because it's primitive. The graphics are primitive, the voice acting is rough, the areas are primitive compared to later ones, you know, the enemy movement and townspeople AI and all the stuff is limited. That one you would remake just because it's very primitive on the PS1. This one you would remake on from the PS2 just because it sucked. That would be the primary reason to remake it, to have it not suck anymore and actually be a decent entry in the series. But I don't think it'll ever happen, which is a shame. But who knows? Maybe we'll get more adventures with Kane later on in the future if this 2D platformer does well, Ascendance. But that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and like I said, I will see you again next time on Legacy of Kain Blood Omen 2 on the PS4. See you later, everyone.